Max, it's time to announce the Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week nominees. Dave Campbell's Texas Football, along with Wells Fargo, and in conjunction with the Academy Sports and Outdoors Texas Bowl, is proud to present the Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week award to the most deserving high schooler in the state of Texas. Every Monday at noon, that's now, on TexasFootball.com, that's here, we announce the 10 candidates for that week's award based on the previous week's on-field performance. And we open it up to you. You can vote at TexasFootball.com, TexasFootball.com.
Can't blame us for who wins.
TexasFootball.com/Player of the Week is where you can vote. We've got 10 outrageous candidates again this week. And 2 from the same game, even.
Yes.
It had to be.
Had to be.
The 10 candidates for the Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week. Port Neches Groves quarterback, Rashawn Johnson. 326 yards passing, 272 yards rushing, and 10 total touchdowns.
We had more people nominate him with the tagline, "It's over, nobody else should be nominated," than any other week this year. We usually get a couple. This guy has to be the guy.
Yeah.
We must have had 5 or 6 people nominate him and go, there shouldn't be a contest. He is the far and away. We had it with Matt Gaddick when he broke the state record for rushing yards.
Look, Rashawn Johnson was out of control.
It's just insane.
And he was like, he did everything in a game where they needed all 72 points to beat Crosby. He delivered.
Yeah.
Every single time. It's remarkable. So Port Neches Groves quarterback Rashawn Johnson. Crosby running back Craig Williams.
In the same game.
353 yards and 4 touchdowns rushing. Like in a losing effort.
Yeah.
Like it's unbelievable how good this guy was.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. We had a look in at Fox Football Friday on Fox Sports Southwest, and it was just back and forth and back and forth, and it's Rashawn this way and it's Squirrel this way.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
It was nuts, and we get our predictions wrong sometimes. We totally admit that, but you got to give us credit when you're right. Greg Tepper in his picks this week said, one key to the game: who wins that battle between those 2 stars? And they both rose to the occasion. It was awesome. And I think after the game, both coaches were just kind of like, well, P&G had the ball last.
Like literally what Brandon Faircloth said after the game. Sarah Merrifield from Fox Sports Southwest interviewed him, and he had shake voice, and he was like, "Yeah, we just had the ball last." I'm
glad we did.
I'm glad we won. Craig Williams from Crosby. One more thing about that. I'm sorry. I promise we'll move on. But
no, it's all right. It was an amazing game.
They scored. P&G scored to go ahead 72-69 with 26 seconds left or something like that. And I stood up behind the desk, and they even cut to me, and I'm standing up, and I'm just going to crop my. And I said, if they kick to Squirrel, that should be they should burn down the stadium. They should just do it. And they didn't. They were smarter than that.
They were smarter than that. But
Van Vleck running back Dimitri Monroe, 331 yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground for Dimitri Monroe. He's a nominee for the Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week award, as is San Marcos quarterback Prudy Calderon.
Yeah, man.
354 yards and 4 touchdowns rushing, another 74 yards through the air for the quarterback for the Rattlers, and they needed every single bit of it in their wild comeback win over Round Rock Westwood. Price Carlisle running back and defensive back Gerald Turner. Matt Stepp Slack chatted this to us.
Yes.
And with 50 exclamation points.
Yeah. Holy crap.
114 yards and 2 touchdowns rushing, which is nice. He had 3 catches for 23 yards. He also had 4 interceptions and took 1 back for a touchdown.
Not bad.
Price Carlisle, running back and defensive back Gerald Turner is a nominee for Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week. As is Pflugerville Hendrickson running back DJ Jackson.
Yeah.
Mixing it up with 398 yards and a touchdown rushing, 3 catches for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns receiving. Pretty nice day at the office for Hendrickson and running back DJ Jackson. Carthage defensive back Ja'Cory Ware. 4 interceptions and he took 1 back in their big win, in their bi-district win. Groesbeck quarterback Ty Hale. 48 of 64, 418 yards and 2 touchdowns passing, and he caught a pass for 13 yards. What's interesting about that is 48 completions is second all-time in Texas high school football history.
Not bad.
Not bad. Groesbeck quarterback Ty Hale up for Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week. So is Commerce running back Isaac Askew. 324 yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground for the Commerce running back in their big win. And Texas High quarterback Riley Russell. 371 yards and 6 touchdowns passing and 125 yards and a touchdown rushing, and it wasn't enough.
He tried, man.
He did everything.
He tried.
It was amazing. So,
unreal.
Those are your Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week nominees. Port Neches Groves quarterback Rashawn Johnson, Crosby running back Craig Williams, Van Vleck running back Dimitri Monroe, San Marcos quarterback Prudy Calderon, Price Carlisle running back, defensive back Gerald Turner, Pflugerville Hendrickson running back DJ Jackson, Carthage defensive back Ja'Cory Ware, Groesbeck quarterback Ty Hale, Commerce running back Isaac Askew, and Texas High quarterback Riley Russell. Vote early, vote often, vote now at texasfootball.com/player of the week.